my dear friends, welcome to Elena's Barre, low impact full body workouts. We are today with Melody. We are going to do something fun. We haven't come up with what yet. So Melody, tell me, what would you like to work on today?
I've actually kind of been working on some more weird arm balancing. If you want to do some of that, maybe we can do kind of some maybe a little more intense with kind of like some standing balancing too.
Let's do it.
I haven't
Yeah.
done like a lot of that in a while.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's kind of some general strength balance, and then we'll maybe get into a weird new asymmetrical arm balance. I haven't come up
Cool.
with a name with this,
That's
so maybe someone else can help me come up with a name.
yeah, that's so cool,
already?
guys. Yeah, if you are new to yoga, remember to take it easy, take it slow with control. Read the disclaimer in the description box. You're practicing this class at your own discretion before we start, okay? And otherwise, check out other classes here at Elena's Barre. This one might be a little challenging, as Melody had mentioned before. So yeah, just keep an eye and do what you can, adjust it to your needs, to your physical capabilities, okay? Let's begin, Melody. I'm so excited.
Today maybe we'll start kind of really getting into it, kind of stretching out our ankles and the bottoms of our feet here. So if you want to come up so that you're on your knees and your toes, and then heels can either be touching or they can be like splayed like slightly apart, whatever's comfortable. And just kind of come back to rest on your heels there. You'll start to feel a really kind of nice stretch. If you want, you can also kind of lean, kind of start to push forward so that your knees slide forward along the mat. Get even more of a stretch on your toes there. Let us take a couple deep inhales, circle sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, sweep them down. Inhale. Exhale. Down. Final inhale, stretch up, exhale. Just plant the fingertips of the right hand on the ground and reach your left hand toward the wall. Inhale, hands join together above the head. Exhale, left fingertips come to the ground. Lean over to the left side, stretch the right fingertips toward the wall. Inhale, bring the hands together. Come to your hands and knees, flip the toes out. So it's like your shoelaces are touching the ground. You can just kind of get a couple slaps with the feet, kind of squeeze the toes in, relax them, wiggle the toes while you're doing that. All right, come back, sit on our heels again. This time though, your toes are flipped out, so it's like your shoelaces are glued to the mat. Knees are together, and you're just gonna start to kind of lean back. Your knees are gonna lift off the ground. And you should feel a nice stretch through it, kind of across the front of your foot, even going all the way up your shin. If you want, you can come back and kind of rest on your elbows here. Now we'll just take a couple more breaths like that, really stretching out the front of the feet. So we will be using our feet for some of our standing stuff today. And start to push yourself back up to seated. Sitting straight up again. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, this time bring your left hand to the outside of your right leg. Right fingertips touch the ground behind you. Give a nice twist. Inhale, join the hands overhead. Exhale, right hand reaches the outside of the left leg. Twist as you exhale all the air out. Inhale, center. Do one more time to each side. So twisting to the right side with your exhale. Inhale, hands come up. Your last exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, hands come up. And now exhale, you're gonna bring your hands out to a cactus position like this. And then you're really gonna squeeze your shoulder blades together. Just take a couple breaths here so you have kind of a back extension. Think about kind of lifting the chest up and forward with your inhale. With an exhale, see if you can drop your shoulders back a little more. Just keep mind your neck if you need to use your hands to support your head. It's totally fine. It's really gonna kind of open up into our chest here. Exhale, come back up to a regular seated position. Plant your hands on the ground in front of you. And we're gonna push back into a down dog. Let's take a couple minutes to kind of warm up the legs here. And we'll do a few, it's kind of a few standing sequences, vinyasa flows, couple of mini flows that my first yoga teacher ever, Lynn, has been using a lot lately in her class, and I really like them. So they're challenging and a fun, good warm up. So we're going to start with our right leg. So with an inhale, bring the right leg up high in three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through without lifting the hands. Plant your back foot and prepare for warrior two. I'm going to turn this way so a better angle. So circle sweep the arms up. Just take a second to really find your base here. Make sure that your knees over your toes on the front foot, back foot, the blade of the foot is pressed firmly into the ground. Arch is lifted, back leg is straight. Think about making sure that your hip bones are pointing toward the side of your mat. Really think about broadening the pelvis. Rotate the femur bones out. Now we'll just take one more breath. Then with your next exhale, prepare for reverse warrior. With your next inhale, you're gonna bring your right hand up overhead. You can take the left and just kind of relax it behind you, or you can wrap it around with the quad. Take a couple breaths here. Your next exhale, you're gonna sink down a little bit more, and with an inhale, straighten your front leg into a reverse triangle. Really stretch back toward the back wall here. Breathe, take a couple deep breaths into your side ribs. Deep inhale to prepare, and on your next exhale, you're going to come forward into a regular triangle. Let's take a few breaths here to feel your alignment. About getting a nice stretch through the front leg, also through the hip of the back leg. An inhale, really extend the crown from the tailbone. With an exhale, you're going to bend that front leg into side angle. So your bottom arm can either come to the floor in front, you can rest your elbow on your knee, or you can bring the arm behind. Again, making sure that that knee is tracking over the toes, shoulders are stacked one on top of the other. Blade edge of the back foot is still firmly pressed in, arch is lifted. Quad is engaged, pelvis is opening up to the side. And with your next exhale, bring the hand down to the ground, step back into plank. Your little vinyasa flow. So you're gonna lower down to chaturanga with an exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Just take 3 to 5 breaths here, and we're gonna do that slow flow on the other side. So with your next inhale, you're gonna raise your left foot up. Step it through the hands without lifting the hands. Plant your back foot in preparation for warrior two. With an inhale, you're gonna cartwheel your hands up. Extend them out to the side. Think about shoulders down, and think about like you're pushing down on a couple of countertops or something with your hands without actually moving them, but just feeling that energy. Keep in mind the same things with the legs from the last side. Really take up some space on your mat. Another deep breath or two. As you exhale, sink down a little. As you inhale, bring the left hand up into reverse warrior. Right hand can just kind of relax, or you can do a half bind, reach it around the left thigh. Couple deep breaths here. On your next exhale, sink down just a little deeper, and with an inhale, you're going to straighten that front leg into reverse warrior. Really intense stretch on your left side now. Now, if you have that bind, you can release it. Inhale, exhale, you're going to come down to extended triangle. Bring that other arm up to the ceiling. The lower arm can be on your shin, your foot a block. Again, thinking about alignment here. Make sure that your upper ribs aren't bowing out. Rainbowing, you want to keep that in a nice flat line. And with your inhale, extend your crown just a little bit further. Exhale, bend that front knee into a side angle. Again, your choice of where you want that lower hand. To make sure that you have a nice long line all the way from your armpit to your foot. Your blade edge of that back right foot is still firmly planted on the floor. Now we're gonna bring that right hand back down to the ground so that you're in a lunge and do your little flow. So you're gonna step the left foot back into plank, chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. So now that we've kind of gone through that once, we're going to do that one more time, a little faster with the breath. So let's kind of follow along. I'll try to do good on the cues here. So again, starting with the left side, inhale, lift the right foot. Exhale, bring the right foot between the hands. Inhale, flip the left foot and bring the arms back up to warrior two. Exhale, kind of lean forward with the right hand. Inhale, raise that right hand back into reverse warrior. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale, straighten that right leg to warrior, or sorry, reverse triangle. Exhale, bring that, or bend the right front leg, come down into a, sorry, triangle, don't bend the leg. I already messed up my cues. All right, inhale, stretch long, exhale, now you bend that right leg. Inhale, stretch long, and we're gonna, with our exhale, kind of sweep our left hand down to the ground and then right in front. Take one more deep inhale, really stretch. Plant the hands so that you're in a lunge again. Step back to plank, do your little vinyasa flow. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Here go my glasses. All right, so we'll go through that on the other side now with the breath. Inhale, stretch the left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, set your feet and come up to warrior two. Exhale, lean forward with the left hand, reach forward. Inhale, bring that left hand up into reverse warrior. Exhale, sink down a little deeper. Inhale, straighten the front leg, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the left hand down, reach the right arm to the sky, triangle. Exhale, or sorry, inhale, stretch a little longer. Exhale, bend the front leg into the side plank, or sorry, side angle. I can't move fast and talk at the same time. And we're gonna do that little circle sweep with the arm, so you're shooting it forward. Now plant the right hand on the ground, step back to plank, chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. And so you can just take a few moments here to kind of catch your breath in down dog. And when you are ready, you'll look forward between your hands and either walk or hop up to the front of your mat. Take a minute here to just kind of enjoy your forward fold. If you want to do some wrist work, you can practice with kind of flipping your hands so that the palms are facing up. If you have the hamstring mobility, you can also set them on blocks and just kind of go side to side. Shouldn't feel any pain anywhere in your knees, your wrists, or anything. Just gently working into them. And now, as you come up with a flat spine, do some wrist circles. Going one way and then switch directions to bring them back down to your sides. All right, now we're gonna, my glasses just don't stay on well once I'm sweating. I guess I don't really need the heater on. Warming up enough. All right, so we're gonna do a little standing balance sequence that kind of works some internal rotation of the thighs. So let's start in chair. So feet together, legs glued together. Now think about keeping kind of a neutral pelvis, neutral spine, so you don't want to go like arch your back a lot as you bend. Bring your hands either to your hips, out in front, prayer position, overhead, whatever works for you. And just start to bend down. You want to make sure that your knees are not going over the toes. And now with an inhale, start to shift your weight to the left foot. Pick up the right foot. Send it back. So you're in kind of a lunge, but your upper body is on a diagonal rather than going right up. And now you can shoot your hands back to airplane if you want, or keep them in prayer. You're going to start to load your weight onto your left foot. Pick up the right foot into a warrior 3 type. And now you're going to kind of hinge, and without letting your right foot touch the ground, you might need to bend the knee a little bit. You're going to bring it up and follow it all the way through. So it's extended out in front of you. Then see if you can stand up on your tippy toes of your left foot. I always challenge with this. Bring it back through to warrior 3. And last time, hinge back up to your standing starting position. So let's try that on the other leg now. Again, you're going to go into chair. Take a second to check in with your chair alignment here. Shift your weight onto your right foot. Start to lift the left one off the ground. Now very gingerly step it back. Place it on the ground so that you're in a lunge. If you want to change your hand position here, you can as you start to lean forward. Lift that back leg up into a airplane or warrior 3. And now start to hinge up. Don't let the left leg touch the ground as you bring it up in front of you. See if you can come up onto your left toes. Wobbling. Just hold for a second or two. Bring it back down. Sweep that left leg back behind you one more time. Warrior 3. And bring it back up to the starting position. All right, so our kind of funky arm balance for today is going to involve eagle legs. So we're going to get our legs warmed up for that a little bit. So let's just do kind of waking and sleeping eagle. So you're going to start, we'll start on our left foot. So take your right leg, cross it over the left. You want to just leave the toes on the ground, that's fine. Otherwise, twist or kind of wrap your foot all the way around. And now your left arm is going to come on top of the right. Again, wrap the arms, touch the palms if you can. Or you can just kind of grab onto your shoulder blades, walk your fingers towards each other. Arms are a little too much. And now thinking about kind of not, try to keep your lower body as stationary as possible. And just kind of lean forward, kind of rounding the back until maybe your arms are horizontal or parallel to the floor. Really get a nice stretch between the shoulder blades. Bring it back up using the core muscles. Again, not arching the back as you come up. Keep a neutral spine. Do that one more time on this side. Bring it back up. And now twist the arms, do a little cactus arms. Unwrap the legs. Give them a little shake. So we'll do that on the other side. So you're going to take your left leg this time. Kind of twist it across the top of your right thigh. Wrap the foot around if you can. And now the right arm's going to cross on top of the left. Again, wrapping. So let's take a minute to find your balance. And when you're ready, again, trying to keep your lower body fairly stationary. Bring the upper body down so that your arms are about parallel-ish to the floor. Come back up. Do one more of those. Start to bring it down. And back up. And go ahead and cactus those arms if you want. Untwist the legs. Give the legs a little shake, shimmy. And who's ready for some weird arm balancing? Okay, so this one, I kind of start with my legs crossed a little, not fully wrapped because I can't get into it that way. Maybe some people can. But I do kind of start with my legs crossed up here just so I don't forget. So I'm going to be going, I guess I'll call this right side. So my right forearm's going to be on the ground and most of my weight's going to be on my right thigh.
So which leg is behind, Melody?
So the left leg is behind, the right leg's crossing over in front. And then I'm going to lean to my right side. And then I'm going to come down on the ground. And so now the glasses are just going to stay there. Sorry, I won't be able to see you. They're not going to stay on though. And then right forearm comes to the ground. Left hand comes to the ground. Now I'm going to get my right thigh on the left forearm. And as I lean forward, I'm going to lift up that leg off the ground, twist the legs. So now I'm basically in eagle legs. I'm asymmetrically balanced on my arms. Weight is going into the left forearm and hand. Or not forearm, it's going into the left hand through the left forearm. I have my glasses here.
So is it this one, Melody?
Yeah, and then you'll just work toward like wrapping your legs if you can.
Oh, wrapping, you mean what?
But yeah, that can be kind of
wrapping. Okay, I see.
Yeah, it takes a minute. And like I said, maybe some people can just start like with the legs wrapped, but that for me is just like really, okay, I guess I can, but it just seems a little less awkward to kind of get into it and then wrap the legs. So
What do you mean by wrapping? I don't understand.
So it's basically like eagle legs. So like my right leg wraps all the way around the left.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, when I'm doing the right side, so right leg is crossed over the left. And then, so my left leg is really just kind of hanging out here. It's only touching the right leg. And then, yeah, see how my right leg is wrapped all the way around. So it's kind of supporting the ankle of the left leg.
Okay. So is it this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like from here anyway.
I think, yeah, I'm confused with the side. Did I do the other side?
Yeah, I need to do the other side too. So let's see, that was right leg. So I'm going to cross the left leg on top. Come down to my left forearm. So left forearm down, right hand down, and then come up, oops, wrap the feet. And so it's really, you have a pretty intense side twist too, because your chest is down, but then your legs are kind of went 90 degrees. So you do have kind of a 90-degree twist in the spine there.
It's a very deep twist, guys. Very deep twist.
Yeah, so if you don't have a lot of like spinal twisting mobility, you know, and just starting with you know, supine things like getting the legs into eagle and then kind of doing like, you know, side twist things. So trying to reach opposite elbow like outside. It's a good one. And then, you know, obviously you want to switch legs and like do it with the, you know, each leg on top. So, but yeah, lots of hip mobility, mobility, balance. It's probably not a beginner's pose. Like I said, I don't even know what it's called, so need to come up with a name for that.
It's a melody twist.
Melody twist. But anyway, well, I guess yeah, maybe we'll start doing some doing a little bit of cooling down. Do you want to stay on the ground or do you want to do a few more like standing balance things?
I don't know, it's up to you.
Okay. I'm down for a little more standing balance. I feel like I could use a little more like front opening, especially after that like deep kind of contraction twisting that we've been doing. So let's do let's do a little dancer pose. That's always a fun one. So this one, you're going to, we'll start balanced on our right foot. So you're going to bring your left hand out with your thumb up like you're hitchhiking. And just kind of bring that hand behind you. And then you're gonna lift up your left foot and grab it. You can also use a strap for this if you want. And what you want to do is you want to keep both your hips pointing forward while you just kind of hinge. And as you hinge, you want to kick back with your foot. So you're kind of kicking back into your hand, and that's going to create the back bend. So you just take a couple breaths here. And now see if you can hinge back up and without letting your foot touch the ground. We're going to do those, sweep it through again. Now grab onto the outside of your left foot with your right hand if you can. Open the left arm to the side. Get a really nice spinal twist. There's some opening through that left hip again. And now see if you can grab onto the bottom of your calf and just kind of bow down. You can rest your torso on your leg. Now come back up. Hold it there with hands on the hips for just another second. Kick and lower. Give the legs a little shake and do that on the other side. So now we're going to be transferring our weight into our left foot. Bring your right hand behind you, thumb pointing up. Now you're going to grab for the inside of your right foot. Bring the left hand in front of you, hip bones point forward. Again, you're just going to hinge, and then really kick into the hand with the foot. Bring it up, create that little back bend. Let's take a couple breaths here. Slowly start to come back up. Now, without letting that right foot touch the ground, if you can, bring it back in front of you, grab onto the outside of the right foot with the left hand. Open the right hand to the side. A real nice twist there. Now, come back to center, grab onto the calf with both hands. See if you can bend down with the torso, bring the leg up. Your upper body rests on leg. Keep a micro bend in your standing knee, but try not to keep it too bent. Finally, come back up straight. Release the leg, see if you can hold it there with the hands on the hip for just another second or two. Kick it up and bring it down. All right. I'm ready to get down the ground and start really cooling down now. So we kind of been alternating, just did some alternating kind of front extensions, back bends. some contractions. Just do a little bridge, one of my favorites to kind of wind down class with. Hands planted on the ground, shoulders firmly planted into the ground. Tilt the tailbone toward the ceiling. Start to peel this spine off the mat like you're lifting a string of pearls up, one pearl at a time, one vertebrae at a time. One vertebra at a time. Couple deep breaths, really push away from the ground with the heels, maybe lift the toes, lower them a couple times. Lower them back down, slowly one vertebrae at a time. You're gonna take your right leg up, cross it over the left in a figure four. Reach through, grab onto the left shin if you can. And just kind of pull this into your body for a second. Nice stretch through the right glute. Release the shin, left foot comes back down to the floor, right leg stays where it is. Arms come out to a T, and you're gonna drop your legs over to the left side. Keep the right shoulder down on the ground though. Nice stretch throughout your spine, your legs. And exhale, bring your legs back up to the starting position. Uncross them, maybe take a couple windshield wipers, drop the knees to the right, then to the left. Now take that left leg, extend it straight to the ceiling. Cross it over the right quad in a figure four. Then you're gonna grab onto your right shin, pulling your legs toward you. And just one more final real nice stretch on the left glute. Another breath or two. You're gonna drop the right foot back down to the ground. The left stays where it is. Arms come out to the side in a T. And your legs are going to gently roll over to the right side. So your left foot will probably be planted on the floor. The side of the right leg is going to be on the floor. Keep your left shoulder firmly planted on the ground. Really get a nice twist through the spine. And with an exhale, you're going to bring your legs back up to the center and take last moment to do any final stretches that you need to do. Maybe some shoulder shrugs, maybe Baddha Konasana, down angle. Maybe you want to do a happy baby, or maybe you just want to do Apanasana. Kind of grab your legs in, roll up into a little ball, just rock side to side, massage the lower spine a bit. Whenever you're ready, and start to extend your legs long in front of you. Let the feet relax and flop out gently to the side. Arms come down along your sides, just a few inches from your body. Palms relaxed, gently opened up toward the ceiling. It may take you 1 second to adjust your head and neck. Make sure that you got a nice long neck. Just really quickly kind of scan through your body top to bottom, relaxing anything that feels tight. We're just going to spend a minute in Shavasana here. If you do have more time and would like a longer Shavasana, I would encourage you to do that. We did have a pretty intense class today. I mean, it certainly wasn't gentle yoga, so just take a few more moments, relax your breath, relax your body, relax your whole self. Whenever you're ready, you can start bringing the awareness back to your body by listening to the sounds around you, feeling where your body's making contact with the mat. You may start to bring some movement in with the fingers and toes. Make it a little bigger with the ankles and wrists. Do a few arm undulations, kind of waking up the body. Stretch them up overhead if you'd like. Oh, big yawn is optional. Then roll over to your right side. Take one more deep breath in and out, and then use your left hand to gently, slowly push you up to a seated position. And if you want to do a couple final shoulder shrugs, do that. Maybe another arm circle up above. Bring it down to the center. And that concludes our class for today. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining.
Namaste. Thank you, Melody. Amazing class. I really love the standing sequence.
Yeah, good. Yeah, like I said, those are totally borrowed from one of my yoga instructors. So, but yeah, it's there's some regular ones that she does that like they're really challenging at first, and then like you keep working on them, and like she always does these things where you're like just holding your leg out in front of you. It's just like, oh my gosh. But like, yeah, I've noticed like I started like going to her classes more regularly, and now it's like, oh, okay, I can do this without like feeling like I just want to run out of the classroom. Like,
yeah, I have definitely felt the challenge, especially with the warrior sequence back and forth. You know, that one was also like mind walk, you know, because in Ashtanga you have like a sequence to go through. So I was kind of rushing through it, and then you say, no, not yet.
Yeah. Yeah, it is fun to kind of mix up the sequencing and stuff, because then you incorporate some mind work in there too, rather than, because yes, I mean sometimes it's nice to just have a sequence, especially like I've got my little like yoga warm-up sequence that I do every morning. It's great because like I just kind of go on autopilot. I don't really have to think about it, and that's what I need like when I roll out of bed. But definitely kind of doing some different like she'll mix it up every once in a while. So we'll do like several weeks where it's kind of like, we're doing the same like sequences, and she'll switch out, which sequences we do from class to class.
That's nice.
But yeah, then like once everyone's kind of like, she can tell like, okay, everyone's like getting pretty good at this, then she'll like throw some other thing like that, like coming up on the toes. Like we've been doing a lot of that lately, which is good because I really struggle with that.
It's like a challenge.
It's not something that I focus on, but I mean it's definitely important. So
I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the standing sequence today. It was a great class, and I also love the weird unbalancing stuff. So whatever you throw at me, I'm like, yeah, especially the ones I can get into.
Yeah, well, and that one, the eagle, it's a weird one, but it's kind of like, if you have like the twisting mobility, it really doesn't require that much strength, which is nice.
Exactly, because it's on one arm down, one arm up. It's not like both arms holding.
Right, and you're not actually holding your weight with your arms. You're just kind of getting things set up, and then your weight's just kind of transferring down into the ground. But yeah, it's just
you need to get back to that one with the lifted leg behind. I'll keep working on it, so next time I'll probably be able to do it. I should be able to. I don't know, we'll see. Well guys, we're going to wrap it up. If you like the class, give it a like, subscribe, and we are looking forward to seeing you in the upcoming videos. If you have any requests, shoot them in. We'll try to make classes including your requests and your specific desires. Keep them fitness related, okay? Thank you, Melody. Great class. I'll see you on Thursday.